Hillary Clinton was interviewed on a plane, you'll see, about the explosions at the time. It hadn't been identified as a bomb or not. Here is what aired on CNN.
Obviously, we need to do everything we can to support our first responders, also to pray for the victims. We have to let this investigation unfold. We've been in touch with various officials, including the mayor's office in New York, to learn what they are discovering as they conduct this investigation. And I'll have more to say about it when we actually know some facts.
Now, folks jumped on this because those who had seen the full feed, the unedited feed, saw that before she talked about waiting for the facts to come in, she said, quote, this is graphic 6, "I've been briefed about bombings in New York and New Jersey and the attacks in Minnesota." And then what you just saw, obviously, we need to do everything we can to support first responders, also to pray for the victims. So people jumped on her for talking about how we needed to wait, but she did use the word bombings. What are your thoughts on that?
CNN shouldn't have edited it if whoever made that call, especially if it was part of presenting that Donald Trump said one thing and Hillary said another. But the facts of the matter is, Hillary, on an oddly empty plane, at a time where the airlines are really trying to sell every seat.
Yeah.
Stronger Together Airways is clearly going through a tough time.
That's so sad.
But her response was incredible. First of all, I would argue, I can't believe I'm going to say these words, I think she means bombings like the way like someone would say explosions.
Right. Yeah, that's
but
what
okay, I think. She said bombings. It's okay that he said bomb too. It seemed like a bomb. It's okay to say that. Donald Trump then decided to say, we are going to get tougher with them over there. We've really got to let them have it. Showing two things. One, an ignorant response to how we should respond to it. And two, a complete lack of recognition for what we have been doing already over there.
Yes.
Disqualifies him on both counts. She said, I've been briefed on the bombings and the attacks in Minnesota. We need to stand by our first responders, and they're investigating, and we'll know more later, and I'll have more information later. I mean, I don't want to give her a high five for that response, but it was fine. It was fine. It was totally acceptable. It was in fact, maybe you want to give her a little high five because she didn't want to make news out of it. There was, nothing about her demeanor or the way she said that suggested, oh, I'm going to make news. I can't wait to get this on TV. So, she gave a very measured response to to a situation she had little information about. Everyone had little information about. He went to a wild extreme, as he always did. That said, I suppose CNN should not have edited that out.
Right. And I think
Although I don't know it's a sign of anything.
Right. If they did edit it out, it might just have been, like, this to me is classic she misspoke. Because the rest of her statement is about how we should wait and see before we jump to any conclusion. Right. Like, it's not, as you said, just going straight on to these things like call.
It doesn't matter.
And the worst thing about this is what Ben said, which is CNN editing it out to make it matter. It doesn't matter.
But also, really, what Trump said and what she said, neither what they said matters.
Right.
And you can be sure Clinton's campaign is just as responsible as Trump's campaign to try and bring this up, because they're like, aha, there's the proof that will convince people he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, that's not the best way to go after him, but this is what campaigns do. They're looking for any tiny issue to get people to go, that's the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it was attributed to the rise in polls. That's why it was edited out, because he's higher in the polls right now, and that's why CNN's going after him.
Yeah, because that's going to make a difference. The Hillary's phrase. First of all, it doesn't make any sense, because theoretically, their argument against her is she's not tough enough, and she should call it a bombing. Well, then she did call it a bombing. Right. I happen to think she meant to say explosions because the rest of the statement sounded like, but who can possibly care about this? And it certainly wasn't, CNN wasn't like, he's rising in the polls. Edit out the part about bombings.
Right.
No, but the editor was like, free dinner at a 5-star restaurant tonight, courtesy of the Hillary.
That's right.
If I could just take this word out.
Yeah. It's,
I think it really is an editor going like, everything she says is so boring.
No, but that's, you're
like,
kidding.
I just only want to say the words show the words I need to show.
You're kidding, but that statement looked like, now I'll sound like Donald Trump. That was a very low energy presidential candidate.
It was.
God,
delivering a very long soundbite that said nothing. And there may have been a desire, like, hey man, this needs to be 18 seconds. It can't be 25 seconds.
That's
how
so sad,
this.
though.
That's how this works.
It's a punishment for her understanding the thing to say,
Right.
and that's the thing to say because it's the smart, right thing to say as president. I refuse to let her get penalized for giving the right answer because it's the right answer.
If you're upset with mainstream media, we have the alternative for you. Come build independent media with us. Your membership powers the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.